Welcome to the first video development blog for the Goblin Abyss. The Goblin Abyss is an action RPG game for iOS. It's still early in development at the moment, but is scheduled for release in early 2014, initially for iPhone and iPad, with the possibility of other formats in the future. In this first blog, I just want to give you a brief introduction to the game, what it's all about, and who is making it. The game is set in an underground world populated by goblins and other weird creatures. At the start of the game, the main character is captured by a group of these goblins and tricked into helping them out. Unknown to the humans living above ground, war has broken out below them and clans of goblins are fighting each other thanks to an incident the player will learn about while playing the game. As you can see, this is a very early build of the game. It's missing a lot of the polish and features that will be in the final release. We have a basic level up and running along with a few characters and animations. Basic combat is also working, and we have a swipe menu for special attacks. The Goblin Abyss is being created for touchscreen devices, and we wanted a nice easy way to pull off special attacks that actually work when you wanted them to. In a lot of touchscreen games I've played, trying to pull off a gesture in combat is frustrating. It doesn't always work, which usually ends badly for the player. Our solution is a simple menu you open by swiping the screen. If you swipe and hold your finger and keep it held down, you'll see this menu with 4 special attacks. Moving your finger over one or just past it and releasing performs a special attack. Once you know where the special attacks are in the menu, which one you want, you can perform it with a simple swipe. This game is being created by a husband and wife team who hope to still be happily married by the end of this. I am programming and creating most of the 3D content, while my wife is mainly working on design, as well as our webpage and other forms of social media. We are not new to game development, and I've been working in games, TV and movies for over 20 years. My first professional game was on the ZX Spectrum, if anyone is old enough to remember that. Since then, I've worked on too many games to mention, for just about every major publisher and gaming system since the 80s. More recently, I've been working as a technical director in movies, TV and advertising. Some of the projects I've worked on that you might know include Call of Duty, Civ City Rome, Terra Nova, After Earth, and lots of animations for LEGO. After working on such massive projects with teams of hundreds of people, I thought it was about time I worked on something a little smaller, where I had more control again. Back in the 90s, I ran a small studio with just a handful of people. We produced some great games for older systems, like the Commodore Amiga, Super Nintendo, and PlayStation 1. Of course, back in those days, things were a little harder. We didn't have game engines like we do today, and the art tools were very limiting. This game is being created with the Unity engine, which is a great engine and also has a very active community online, willing to answer all my dumb questions when I was first learning it. All of our 3D models and animations are being created in Autodesk's Maya software, which is the same software I use to create creatures and effects for movies. We are creating a mobile game, which means our polygon counts can't be as high as a PC or console game, but that's actually to our advantage, because they're quicker and easier to create. From this point on, we'll hopefully be producing a video development blog every couple of weeks, just to show how the game is progressing and to show off any new cool features we've added. Our next one will go back in time a little and show how we got to where we are today and all the problems we needed to solve to get this far. You can also find more up-to-date information on the game's website, thegoblinabyss.com. Also look out for a few Unity and Maya tutorials I'll be creating soon, just to give back to the online community that answered my dumb questions when I was first learning Unity. The first of these will be on our rigging workflow, how we get animations into the game from Maya. I see a lot of questions on the Unity forums about export problems and rigging characters, so I thought this would be a good subject for my first tutorial. Well, I guess this is it for our first video. I hope you like the look of the Goblin Abyss so far, and hopefully you will check back in the future to see how the game is progressing.